Hi everyone, I'm Rishabh and today we are going to discuss about how to create a module by an AI. So we are going to create a module by using Copilot. So Copilot is the world most widely adopted AI developer tool and it increases and proven the speed of working and accelerate the pace of the software development. So we are going to create a module. So directly moving how to create a module. So we are opening a code editor. So we are going to create a module in Bagisto. As you all know that Bagisto is an popular e-commerce framework that built on Laravel. And we are going to create a one package over here. So firstly, we are going to install an extension of Copilot. You can simply click over here and write Copilot. Like as you can see, I have already installed it. So these both extensions are need to be installed. So after that, you will able to see a one chat option there. Click on to that. You can ask anything over here of how to create a module, of how to create a custom theme. And if you are getting some kind of issues while debugging or while creating a module, you can ask it over here and we will going to discuss in this coming video. And now I will show you admin panel of our Bagisto. So this is the storefront. And this is the admin of Bagisto. So now, as we have already installed a Bagisto, so we are going to create an extension for it. So I'm simply asking a Copilot, like firstly we have to select a workspace for creating our work, and now I'm asking like how to create a module in Bagisto 2.0. As you can see, this is started and gathering workspace information from the GitHub. So as you can see, there's a quick response by an AI, like you have to go into that packages directory and then you have to create your like vendor, then you have to create your module. So now we are going to go here and go into that packages directly, and you will able to see our one folder by the name of webcool. So this is our vendor name and these are all the registered modules are being presented over here. So like we are going to create a payment gateway. So for this I'm creating a new folder over here by the name of gateways. Now again going further inside that module directly, this is mentioning like you have to register in the composer.json file and register, create your providers. So this is the file. So firstly we are going to create a module name that we have created by the name of gateways. Then we have to create an src folder, like all the modules are registered like this only, that module name, then src, catalog rule and src, and we are here with the gateways. Again we have to create new folder by the name of src. Now as mentioned over here, we need to create a providers. This is the service provider file over here and you can see providers are mentioned over here. Now create a providers folder. And now we need to register this service provider. As you all know that that file is been created just as like your module name. So our module name is gateways. So our service provider file will be same as like that gateways. Oh, just a second. Yeah, we are going to create a file by the name of gateways service provider. Now you need to register this file and click it over here to copy this and place it over here. Change the names accordingly, as our vendor name is Reppool, then our module name is gateways, then providers, and our class name is gateways service provider. Alright. As you all know, this file contains a two method. One is register method and another one is boot method. So both methods are responsible for this service provider. Now we need to register this service provider as mentioned over here in the composer.json file and one in app.php file. This service provider are registered in the app.php file. Like, I think it's not been written over here. Yeah, here you can see. Now you need to register this in the config app.php. So our file is app config and app.php file has been here, and these are all my registered service providers. So now, as you can see, this is the Copilot instruction presented over here. This is, after clicking onto this, you can generate using Copilot. So click onto this, you can ask like a code, like I'm asking create a service provider. Sorry, I'm asking a gateway service. We don't need to create, we need to register it. Provider class here. Click on enter. It is fetching the response. Sometimes it might be wrong. It is generating the whole file. And if you don't want to continue like this, you can discard this as well, or you can ask again. Again, I'm discarding this. This is generating the whole class. Register module. Register service provider. Again, it has been working. So no need to worry about that. Sometimes it might be wrong, but you have to have a brief knowledge of how to create it. I'm just copying this and placing it over here. You just simply name the folder name and mention the class name. See, like this you can create it over here. And I think it is mentioned over here also, register your service providers in this other service providers. So these are the other service providers and you need to register this right below it. So like this we have registered over here. Now we need to go inside the composer file as mentioned over here. This file is also located in the root directory of our Bagisto. I'm saving this file right now. I'm going into that composer.json file. So this is the composer.json file is, and you can check it like what are the changes we need to do. So as you can see, we need to register it in the PSR auto load. This is our module. So accordingly, we need to register it over here by the name of gateways. Done. Now moving further, this is mentioning a command to register our module now. So after all the steps has been done, we are going to hit this command in the root directory of our Bagisto. So this is our root directory, and I'm simply placing this command over here. I think that command is not copied. So this is optimizing the auto load files. It is giving an error right now because gateway service provider. So this is the error, like we are not write the correct name over here. Paste it. Now again. So now our module is ready to use. So moving further, we are going to create a module for the payment gateway. So some files or some configurations are need to be done. Like we are going to create one payment method inside it. So these are by default 4 payment methods have been there: PayPal, cash on delivery, standard, and money transfer. We are going to create a gateways method over here. For this configuration, we need to create a system configuration. So you can ask it over here, how to create system configuration in Bagisto. As you can see, this is showing like you need to create a config folder first. So again, we need to create a config folder inside that. And after that, we need to create a system.php file. As you are seeing that this is like decreasing an effort of a developer or of the software development, because it decreases time giving a response so quickly. You don't need to write a code, Like you can asking, like I'm showing you here also, like if I need to register it over here, the line is been present. Wait, on this you can ask it over here. So these are some of the features of this. Overall it is decreasing in effort. Now this system.php file, I'm asking again, like what is the output payment methods system.php. So this is showing a like directory structure. Now it is giving a file accordingly. You can use it like this. So you need to make like bit of changes in this, and after that you can use it. I'm not simply copying this file because we are making some kind of changes, like so this is the system.php file, and now we need to create this type of file in it. And as I have already created a one system.php file, I'm showing you like here. So what are these, like I'm asking over here, what is the use of this file? As you can see, the responses be given that code you provided appears to be a PHP configuration file. In PHP configuration file are commonly used to store settings and values of an application, including databases, files, showing in the payment gateways, properties, key name, and etc. So you can simply copying this file of this now and placing it over here. Moving further, need to create one payment methods file also inside this. So this is showing like what is the use of this payment methods file. You need to define a class to extend this. So it is mentioned over here, like what are the fields you need to enter it. This file is helps to like you redirect the URL, and if you are using some kind of image in that configuration, so you can mention a function of to get an image or to upload an image over here. So this file is basically for there. um, I'm showing you here also. So this is the file, and here is the mention of class. I'm copying this right now. Firstly, I'm creating a file. So now, after creating it, this file, you need to create one this class also. Like you need to create a one payment folder, and then you need to create this file that I was talking about, like to redirect URLs and for the images. So you need to create one payment folder also now. But payment gateways. gateway. I have already get the URL and images in that gateways part. Payment gateways. So you can ask it over here also. Like I'm asking here, what is the use of this file? As you can see that the code you provided is a PHP class that is named gateways that extend another class that is payment. We are extending a payment class over here. So this is the part of namespace. This is the namespace has been written over here, and based on the code snippet, like whatever is written is like the gateway class inherit the functionality of the payment class, and there are some of the functions to redirect a URL or the images has been mentioned over here. So I'm just copying this file and placing it in our payment part. As our module name is gateways. Done. Closing these files right now for a moment. Now after creating like a configuration, we need to register it, to call it and showing it into that payment method over here. So you need to like register a config inside that register service provider. I'm asking it like how to register system configurations in relation service provider. See, it is giving a response like you need to use the merge config from method. This is absolutely right. We need to use this. You can open this chat in the editor as well, like this. Now, so like that you can see, as I have already registered it in our this module, like over here we have registered it, both the files. I'm asking why we registered this methods. So as you can see like these register config method is being called within the register method. The purpose of registering the methods is to configure and merge specific configuration files into the application. And in case of register config method, it is responsible for merging two configuration files. Like we have created two files, system.php and payments method. So I'm directly copying this and placing it over here. So now to check clearing a cache right now. As you can see, a new payment gateway has been created over here. So now moving further, like this is not showing like, because the translation has been not created yet. So for that we need to create a translations also. So for the translations that we need to create from the resources and links, we are going to ask it over here, how to create locales position module. So then the Laravel module, we need to create a lang folder. So it is giving a response according to that, like we need to create a lang folder. And before creating a lang folder, we need to create one resource folder as well. So I'm going to create a resource folder now. Resources, and now we need to create a new folder by the name of lang. And after creating a lang, we need to create some like language codes. So what are the codes are used in lang folder? So basically these are the languages, like there are the specific codes, like for EN there is a English, for Hindi there is HI, for Arabic then there is AR. So you can ask it like, what is the code of English? It is giving something else also. Wait a second. Which folder you side? Exactly. See, inside a lang folder, you need to create a folder for which language you want to support. Like, this is the exact answer now. Like, for the English, there is an EN. For the Spanish, there is a ES. Here you can do it like this. You can also, this is creating directly from the command, but we are going to create it manually. That is new folder by the name of EN. After creating this folder, we need to create one file. That is, which file we need to create in here. See, an EN folder typically creates a PHP file to return an array values. Like, so that file is app.php. And this inside EN folder. The app.php file inside this folder localized that contains key value pairs for the text that are used. The file is especially for the this English. This is the file need to create, and these are the data inside an array, and which we are going to like creating an over here. So now we need to create an app.php file inside this. As I've already created the translation, so I'm directly copying it from there, resources, and there. So these are all the translations over here. I'm asking it like, what is the use of this file. See, this file you provided appears to be a PHP configuration file. Configuration files are commonly used in software projects like specific shared and associative array using to return any statement, as I've tell you before also. And this Copilot also giving you a suggestions like before writing like mm, I'm going to like sometimes it will give us suggestions also. Right now it is not being given. Mm, See, these are giving the suggestions, generative random. See, like that. You need to accept it if you are like this content has been useful for you, and if not, you need to press the control right. So now copy this file and place it over here. These are basically the translations are being made. So we have created a system.php over here. I am showing you the translations also. So like in the admin there is a system, there is a enable. The admin there is a system, and for enable we are going to show where is the enable element. The translation is for something else. Secret key. Admin systems. See, admin system and then secret key. So it will lies like this only. Admin system then secret key. Same we have applied it over here also. Admin system and we add that secret key, and we are checking more like description. So the answer will be like admin system description. So you can check it over here. Admin system description. So by this the translations are being worked. These are the names which we got translated over here. Now we need to register these translations inside a service provider, inside the boot method. So I'm asking over here register no translations. As you can see, you can accept it. So our translations has been registered. To compare like is this correct or not, you can check it as we have created here also. Node translation directory, a single folder, node translation directory, but there is not created a single folder in it. We need to create like this. I'm simply copying this and placing it over there, and before that like everything is working fine. Same path, same name, and we need to mention gateways. Now to check, gateways payment are being registered for translations. I'm checking it. See, uh, the translations are visible successfully. So I made S according to our module name, but I haven't mentioned in these system configuration. That's why they are giving an error at the time. After making it to that gateway, the translations look like this. Now we are going to create like uh, one payment method over here. Not working right now, I think. Create a resources views part first. For that we need to create a views folder inside it. That is inside that views gateway redirect. You can ask it over here also, like so. This is giving a suggestion right in the head. You can also mention a meta type. See, this code you appear to be a partial view of written in PHP gateway redirect.blade. So it will giving you a response like from line 1 to 4 what is the happening inside this. From line 6 it is displaying the lang directory. Line 8 to 14 what is going inside that, like form action has been there. There is an input field also been there. So you can ask over here. Now need to register our views inside the boot method. I'm closing these files right now, and to register in our boot method, register views. See, this is loading routes, but register views. See, views are being registered to check that this is correct or not. So views, resources, views, gateway, resources, views, gateway, single folder, inside the directory, load views from, load views from. This is absolutely correct. Now moving further, we need to create a routes to redirect that. So if you want to get to know what are routes, you can follow or go through the official Laravel documentation. You can read there like what are routes, what is the controller. Now we are going to create a routes over here. So at this we need to create two files. Front routes and web.php. Another file is wait a second, we have not created a folder by the name of routes. What's been created? I think we have not. I think this is the folder is been created. We need to create a file. Current routes and web.php. Done. To create front routes that we have created over here, you can ask what is happening to the Copilot. What is inside this file? See, the code you have provided is a PHP file that defines a route using Laravel framework. Let's break it down into step by step. So as you all know that this is the starting of our PHP, and in the second half we have used the eliminate support packets routes class and imports the routes packets. After that, in the third line we have used a controller which we haven't created yet, but we are going to create it after this routes. After that, we need to create a route group in which that we have created like a middleware. We have mentioned the web theme locale currency because we are going to create these routes for the front end part. And this is the controller over here. And this is the controller file. And these are the methods like get, post. So these are according to that. These are the processing payments, cancel payments are also in there. This is the redirect URL. Save this file and create one web.php file also. Yeah. So this file, I think there is nothing to ask over here because this file is just including a front routes.php file into this. Now again moving further, again we need to register these routes inside our service provider. See, this is giving a response. So this is giving and registering routes. I'm accepting it, and let me check this is right or wrong. So you can check it inside the service provider there. So see, this is absolutely correct. You can load the routes like this in the single folder. Load routes from like this. All right. Now we need to create a controller. Create a HTTP folder for that. You can ask it over here how to create. Create a controller in Bagisto. See, this is showing like inside the SRC folder you need to create one HTTP folder first. So for that we need to create a HTTP folder there. SRC. This is the gateway. Sorry, we're going to create it over here. I think it's not like this. Again, we need to create after there is a controllers folder. So this is also correct. Create a controllers folder inside the SRC, inside the HTTP folder, sorry, folder. Controllers. Now this is showing you need to create a controller file, and your controller file you need to mention it inside the routes as well. So this is showing everything over here. So that's correct. And now we are going to create a controller.php file. Yes, we have created over here also, and new file also, that is gateway controller. You can ask over here what is the use of this file first, and what's happening inside this. We can ask it below this constructor. The file you have provided, that is by the name of this, appears to be a PHP file, as we all know. Defines a class, code snippet. The purpose of this file to provide a logic and functionality of creating a gateway. So it is showing a correct information. Again, I'm copying this, placing it over here, and this file, we all know that this file is used to create extends a base controller. See, what is the use of this file? See, it is defining a base controller class. So before like enabling or entering a code, you can ask like what is happening in this file. So it reduces a lot of effort of a developer. Like what is going to be happen after I apply this kind of code. You don't need to write it anything. You're just simply asking the suggestions. Gateway controller. Done. Now we are going to create, like, this is the file. So this is like extending a base controller. Save this file and we can check, like, inside our service provider. All the, we have to create this migrations also. We show in the image. Simply return the URL. As you can see, a new payment gateway is installed successfully. You can also manage these configurations from the backend as well. I'm showing you like how to change the payment gateway name. We are changing the name by the gateway payment methods. Now, saving these changes. Again, we are checking out. As you can see, name are being changed successfully. So by this, you can create your own module with the help of AI. So this is all about it, and don't forget to like, comment and share this video. Thank you.